People always talk about some smoke that they don't know about. I be driving with that constant way more than your mama house. All the speed doctors, we got patients who keep slowing down. Come and take a ride with us and see how we gon' run the town. Speed doctors, that's all you need to know. Speed doctors, you can watch this shit at home. Speed doctors, we gon' give your ass a show. From the money to the cars, we gon' show you how it go. Speed doctors, that's all you need to know. Speed doctors, you can watch this shit at home. Speed doctors, we gon' give your ass a show.
Alright fellas, so y'all know we were talking about doing the interior over because when I spec'd this car, remember this is the one that we had to get to replace the one that was stolen. Y'all check that video out how it was stolen. But when I spec'd it, I knew I wanted to go with this particular interior, so I spec'd everything with that in mind, and I went with the carbon fiber trim with the suede headliner and the cloth interior because in the Scat Packs they don't have full leather option.
Oh, okay.
You only can get the Alcantara or the cloth. And when I checked out the Alcantara, I really didn't like it. Like it wasn't plush.
It didn't move you.
It didn't move me.
Okay,
it looked good. They look good, but I was like, I'm not really feeling this because I mean, not to offend anybody out there in YouTube world, but it's still a Dodge. It's still a Mopar. It's not the
so the leather only comes on the Hellcat.
The full leather, yeah. Yeah, so anytime you see them, at least on the 2020s and up, this is a 2021. So, but no, you can't get the full leather on the Scats. You know, and I'm not too familiar with the jailbreak option that they're coming out with, but I think that's only on the Hellcat engines. But let me present to you guys seeing it for the first time, and you guys out there in YouTube world seeing this for the first time, the new interior on the Speeddoc Scat.
That's clean.
They're very clean, very sick.
Bold too.
Yeah, I'm feeling that.
This is not your wineberry red. This is not.
It's bright red. And I went with the black piping.
Okay.
You know, like no cap, I had designed some seats some patterns that had like the pattern like a Ferrari Daytona with the straps and this and the buttons and all that shit, but that came out to like $4,000.
Oh wow!
I said, no. Let me just click. Let me throw that. Let me go back to the drawing board because it's still a Dodge.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And it's not a Hellcat, so I'm not trying to drop that kind of dough in it. So yeah,
not on the inside.
Right.
Unless it's going under the hood.
Right.
But no, man, this is bold. Like you see it, and it immediately grabs your attention. Because if you're gonna make a change, the change needs to be felt. Like you don't want to make spend money, make a little change, and you gotta explain the change. So if you make change, make change.
Yeah. It's like go with it.
Like X says, man, this moves me. I feel it. Like, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is bold. This is nice. You did a great job, Doc.
Appreciate it, fellas. As they say, it's the thing most wondrous to be flattered by one's peers.
I even like how you can catch the red reflecting off the black leather.
Yeah.
Like it adds a red hue to everything. It's very nice, man.
Addition to the 392.
Yep.
Doc, what's a 392 mean?
So that harkens back to the original days of the Hemi motor. Excuse me. 392 refers to the cubic meters of the motor, right? The size of the engine block. Okay. So this car, 392 Scat Pack, this is a Super B logo. One thing I didn't notice when we did the leather, in that I didn't realize that emblem would match perfectly with the actual emblem on the car, with the red, you know?
I thought you did that on purpose, honestly.
No, that was actually a fourth. Now it would have been something that when I realized it, I said, damn, Dre, you usually be more on point than that. That looks like that's something that you would specifically point out, but it just was a fortuitous circumstance. But this motor here in the Scat Pack is the 6.4 liter Hemi. Okay. V8. You know, stock it puts out 485 horsepower. But this car is making more than that. It felt stronger than the last one. And when you can check the power numbers when you're driving, even before I did any mods to it, which the only mod I've done is a mid muffler delete, it got up to 520, you know, or 518 on the dynamometer in the car. So I was really impressed with it. I was pleased because it does feel stronger than the white one that was stolen. It does feel stronger. You know?
You say you spec everything out. So I mean, this is factory. It's not
right.
What?
So wheels factory, and I have no desire to change the rims on this car. I really don't, because I don't plan on dragging it like that. So I don't need to go with lightweight wheels or whatever else. But I spec the red brake calipers, spec the color, spec the carbon fiber and the suede. I did spec the Harman Kardon sound system. The last one we didn't have, we just got the bass sound. This one I said, well, since they stole the last one, I don't want to fool around and put a bunch of money into aftermarket sound system just for them to steal it. You know, because these cars are known to get stolen. See, and that's why I did get the aftermarket alarm system on top, so I'm double tracking it. You see, so if they get this one, then I'm gonna call you. We gonna get and you gonna pick you up, and then we're gonna go get them. You see,
our business.
But that's what I expect. I'll open up the hood for you too, man. So, yeah, powered by SRT. Street Racing Technology is what it stands for. As me and Organik were joking about, you know, he has SRTF, so it's like, you know, seed to the root, tree to the fruit, but it's like seed to the root to the tree, but you don't get the fruit yet. So that's, you know. But I guess that's where the Hellcat come in. So a lot of people who don't know these cars, I think you had asked me once before, where does this line up in it? Because in the Challenger and Charger lineup, you got the base cars with the V6s, right? You step up to the RTs, which have a V8 with 345 horsepower. That's the 5.7 liter V8. The Scat Packs and Daytonas have the 6.4 liter, with the 485 horsepower. But the Hellcats and the Red Eyes and Demons and all that, they actually don't have this engine. They actually have a 6.1 liter V8 with a huge 2 whatever liter supercharger on top that pushes them 717 horsepower, 797, all that other kind of big numbers. I can tell you right now, from driving them, and I'm a real car guy, handling and all that type of stuff, in this car, and some people who are simple in the comment section or see this, they might be like, oh no, you just saying that because he ain't got no Hellcat. But I can tell you right now, the amount of power this puts out is perfect for this size car. You see, for the street, for using it every day, for actually kind of having fun with it, this is the right amount of power for this car. If I wanted more power in it to tweak it some more, maybe an extra 50 or so would be cool, you know, but Hellcat power, anything above that, that's for big, bigger, biggest. You know, size and money and all that. Like, it's not usable power. 700 horsepower in this, when you're not in boost, you're not making the 700 horsepower. So to be in boost, you at triple digit speeds, or you really kind of, you out here hooning. And that's cool if you want that, you know, and that's what you can pay for. Like, I like Hellcats, I do. But in a car this size, you don't use that power all the time. You just don't. So I can honestly tell somebody, if they ask me which car to get, Hellcat or Scat Pack motor, I'll say, well, it depends on what you want it for. Do you want to let your nuts hang on top of the place? Then you get you a Hellcat and stuff like that. Do you want to be going out to the drag strip? Get you a Hellcat. You know, you can have fun with this at the drag strip. That's cool. But if you're stretching your budget to get into a Hellcat, the average person will be fine with this. And I'm not no average type of person, to be real. Like, I drive all my vehicles at like 7 or 8 tenths. So, you know, most people out here, these folks driving around, they doing it at 2 tenths, 3 tenths. They just cruising and going on. So I'm gonna drive a car to what its extent is, and I just feel like there's a sweet spot for every car platform. Like, even with Porsches, like 911 turbos, the current 911 turbos, I feel like are almost too fast. You know, like, I think they hit their sweet spot in terms of power and handling and all that the last generation. Now, I'll take a new 911 turbo, I'm not gonna complain. But, you know, it's power mad. You can be power mad, you know.
Doc, can I ask you a question? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I love Challengers, man. Old school, new school. I'm in love with them. Ever since I've known you, you know, you've been on that luxury, the Porsche. You put me on the Porsche, honestly. You know, Benz, all that stuff. You've been on that. What made you go to this? You know, on this side
To the Mopar stuff,
Yeah. What made you?
American
What was the
stuff.
thought process?
So I've always liked them,
Yeah.
but I couldn't really financially justify a purchase of this car because I do like the luxury stuff. And the reality is, our profession, what we do, what you drive, what you drive is just like what you put on, you know? So being a younger dentist, you don't want to look too juvenile out there. You know, this isn't something until you kind of where you want to be that you pull up to the bank in and all that kind of stuff, because people judge you by what it is you drive, right? So how it ended up becoming a thing for me was really Mr. Organik, because I've been following them because I still liked these cars. But when he came in, a lot of patients started coming in that were in the Mopar community. Went to a couple of Mopar events. I was like, yo, this is fun. And I started thinking about it from a business perspective. YouTubing on a budget, said, man, you ought to do it. Go over there, blah, 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 check it out. You could wrap the car, you know, it'll bring a lot of business to your practice. Well, that's cool and all, and I did that, but I didn't realize that I would like this car more than what
I see.
thought I would.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be, let me get in this rudimentary American joint, drive it around or whatever, but I actually really enjoy driving this car. Like, it's comfortable, it's powerful, I get to kind of have fun in it, you know what I'm saying? Totally different driving experience from my Audi or any of my Porsches, but this is fun.
Yeah.
That's why I say you're not talking to somebody who, and when I say this, I'm not talking to y'all because y'all grew up with me, y'all know me.
Yeah.
But out there in YouTube world, you're not talking to somebody who got what they can afford. If I wanted a Hellcat, I could have got a Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted something else, I could have got something else. But getting this, I'm pleased. Like, I really do like this car. I'm shocked.
Man, that color's on point too. What is this right here?
Smoke show? Oh, bro, that's a point of contention amongst in the Mopar world, because this is a shipping thing, man. This is what they put on the cars to protect the air dam when it gets shipped. But it turned into a thing to leave them on. So there's a whole community out there that thinks that you need to take them off, as it's supposed to be taken off, but people just leave them on. And so,
yeah, exactly. I was like,
yeah, I mean, it's at the same time, you know, like this car here is about, you know, spec like this car is just shy of 60 grand, right? This ain't no $100,000 Porsche, no Benzes and shit.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, that's gonna damage your air dam. I'm like, well, it ain't one of my Porsches. I don't know. I mean, if it damages, you get another one. You know, so it doesn't, I like the way it looks. Because to be real, you got people out there adding those kind of touches on their car after market. Right. And this was free. So that's really where it comes from, man. Modification wise, I do want to fool with some stuff on it. I don't know what just yet, but I do think I want to go full bolt on. I don't want it too loud, because the mid-muffler delete was just right on this car. If I do exhaust and all that, like now we start going back to the fact that, yo, I'm still a professional. I still am Dr. Jordan. I still got to pull up to the office. I still got, you know, when you start doing that kind of stuff, that takes you kind of out of that
You
run.
start pissing off the neighbors doing the cold start in the morning.
Yeah.
You don't want to be doing that.
Right, because see, my 911 had gotten too tuner.
Okay.
You know, and I got offered good money for it. That's why I sold it.
Okay.
But when I turned it on, people thought the world was coming to an end. You know, I had gone full, you know, catless this, full, it was a built motor.
Yeah.
You know, and that car had close to 500 horsepower, naturally aspirated with my built motor and all that. And it was 6-speed manual. 500 horsepower in a car that almost weighed 2/3 of what this weighs. That was a different driving experience. You know, it became too much, you know, and it also turns you, it's a sickness, because the moment the check engine light come on, or if it don't feel like it's doing right, I got my laptop out in the car plugging in, oh shit, I got a business to run. I ain't got time for that. You know?
Right.
Yeah. But let me put you in it real quick. We'll do like a little, I'll show you why I like this car, man.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm very excited. What do you think about it, X? Dr. X, what do you think?
I think at first it was something that I wasn't really on board with.
Okay.
I didn't think I was gonna, you know, really feel it. But when it showed up, it really stood out. Excuse me, it's cold air, man. But it has a real classy look. It takes you back, you know, it's nostalgic, it's clean and classic, and I like it. When you drive it, it's a different drive.
Okay.
Like you said, you get used to driving German luxury, carving the streets, but you get in here and it's definitely more rugged. So when you're driving it, it's just a whole nother feel, man. You feel like you know, you're at war with the road. You're not slicing and dicing, leaving everybody behind. You're powering through, daring folks to get in your way. Oh man, because they do. They're like, oh, you're not worried about that. I'm gonna cut him off. They hear that rumble. They think twice.
They really do. Like when you're in the foreign stuff, like Germans have a term called Überhochprestige. And that's a term.
Tell the world what that means.
Überhochprestige is a word that's meant to refer to the Autobahn. If you're driving, let's say if I'm in my 911, but I'm not in a turbo 911, I'm doing 160 in the left lane on the Autobahn, but I see a 911 turbo or a Lambo Huracan or some coming up faster than what I'm going, I give them Überhochprestige, which is get out of their way, because they have a car that's more capable than mine. In America, we don't understand that. That's why we got so many people riding the left lane and going on. But when you're in high-end foreign cars, they do it. When you're in muscle cars coming up, they get out the way too. So that's the American version of Überhochprestige, you know, so.
Y'all get that knowledge on this channel too.
Always, man.
Yep. I think these cars
boys, you ain't doing it right.
That's right. That's right. I think out of the three muscle cars, Camaro, Mustang, and this is my favorite one. I'm not gonna say it's the best one. I think that overall, car for car, dollar for dollar, the Mustang is actually the best one, but the Mustang does not have a premium feel to it that I feel like this has, and some of you guys will disagree with me in the comment section. Camaro I felt like was okay. I don't like the Camaro as much. I don't know why. It's just not special to me. It feels like it's a good car that's supposed to have been great, and it's just not. And maybe it just is my personal preference. This one here, I feel like it's special. It's so big, it's like a GT Cruiser car. So let's hop in and do a little bit of riding shots with it, man. They got launch control, might put the launch control, line lock.
Oh,
that's to warm up the rear tires.
Oh, that's tight. That's so sick.
Let's see. Oh, and the rear view camera is dope in here too, man. Like it's pretty clear.
That's legit.
Yeah. And so this here, when it comes up, the last one that we had, it was glitchy. Like this screen took forever to load. Like when you first get in the car and it's a lot of data that's pulling up, it's acceptable for a certain amount of time for it to come through. But the last one, sometimes it would take like 10 minutes for this stuff to start coming up, right? Because before it wouldn't, and you know.
This is the first time inside this. I love the speedometer and things of that nature.
Oh man,
it's beautiful.
Let's see, I'll take you on the street. Do a little thing, and when I come back here, I'll try launch control, because I haven't done launch control in this car. You know, I've done it in the other one.
So yeah, you two world, y'all seen this first hand right here, launch control. That sound, like Dr. X said, that rumble. That makes awesome. Yes, sir.
Whatever you're trying to time.
Oh, okay. So, is that your timing like that? Okay.
Yeah, 0 to 60 and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You know, I honestly feel like though, like my Audi is a little bit quicker than this though, because it's tuned.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a V8 also.
Yeah, I can feel it. Whoa.
done is the mid muffler delete on it. You know, which is gonna open up a little bit. Yeah, the laws can't be up in there because that show would have come out by now.
Look at this.
Let's see here. So we do line lock. What this will do, apply the brake pressure and it'll warm up the tires. So you can see what's happening over here. Press and hold OK to hold front brakes. So I'm on the brake. See what I'm saying? That's to warm up the tires. See, now, in launch control, I don't know what the best speed to launch these is at. You know, y'all in the comment section can let me know, but let's see here. See, with the Porsches and even the Audi, the launch control is a little bit more precise. This you have more control because I can have it launch way up here or way down here. You see what I'm saying? And so I haven't fooled with it enough to really know what's the best speed to do it at. You see? Yes, it has the 11, so we put down.